Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Defy Aging. We're now in week 31, and I hope everyone feels refreshed and ready to get back to our higher intensity routines after last week's mobility. This week, we're going to kind of have a different sort of run through of what we do, and it'll be a nice change. So, we're going to split into section A and section B, kind of. There's two parts to the routine. Everyone's going to do A together. A is going to be all upper body movements, and it's going to be the circuit style. So 4 stations, all upper body focused movements, and we're going to rotate around like normal for 4 rounds of 30 on, 30 off. So pretty straightforward there. I think 3 out of the 4 things are single-sided movements, which is great because we have 4 rounds, so we can just do 2 rounds on each side. We don't have to worry about switching sides in the middle. After that's all done, so we'll run through that all straight through, of course, there's going to be a section B, and we're all going to do that together. That's going to be all lower body focused, but we're going to get away from stations. And you're going to be working in your own space. Minimal equipment for these, because I know if everyone is working in their own space, we can't have all the dumbbells and kettlebells being needed to use. So minimal equipment. Again, it'll be all lower body focused. You are going to count your own reps. It's essentially going to be kind of an AMRAP, as many rounds as possible. We're going to set a timer for 8 minutes straight through, and you just go at your own pace, getting as many rounds done of these exercises. There's 3 exercises for section B, the lower body portion. So 3 lower body things. The reps are designated for each of the 3 things. It'll be on the board, so you can refer to that for how many reps to do. But you do have to count your own reps and just keep working through as many rounds as you can for that 8 minutes. So this will be kind of different, kind of fun. And let's do some demo. Okay, the first station, or one of the stations, I suppose, depends on where you start. For section A, which is again the upper body, is going to be a bird dog row. So this one is, I really like this one. It's just different. We do lots of variations of bird dog. This is yet another one. So bird dog, run our hands and knees. And if bird dog is one arm up and the opposite leg up, typically we alternate sides like this. So it's going to be very different because we are going to incorporate a back row. So you have a dumbbell in one hand, same hand position or placement as you would normally on the floor. You have a weight under your hand now. The opposite side leg is going to lift and just hold it. So the leg's not going to be going up and out or down and up or whatever. It's just going to be stationary. So my right leg is stationary. Keep your neck neutral. So, I'm looking about a foot ahead of me on the floor here to keep my neck in a good spot. And we have this weight. And did you see how I just kind of moved it back just a little? That's because when we do a back row, we actually kind of want to pull the weight, keep our shoulder down and pull the weight slightly back towards our lower rib cage. If I had kept my hand just right under my shoulder, I would be pulling it up like this. So keep that in mind. Bring it a little bit back. Okay, and then we're going to count. Well, sorry, this is for time, 30 seconds. You don't have to count anything. We're going to row. Pull the elbow up. Keep your elbow in your arm and snug to your side. The only thing here is you don't get a full extension because obviously the weight hits the floor before I could fully extend my arm. And that's okay. You just bring it down to the floor, controlled between each rep. I don't want you to slam it down like this. And there we go. We're not going to worry about switching sides in the middle because we're going to do 2 rounds on each side. If anyone is staying off the floor, we can use an incline, so a box, a bench, one of these type of things. Same thing. The only thing is you kind of have to be towards the edge here because we need space for this weight. If I was right here, this weight doesn't, I can't stretch my arm down enough. So kind of be on the edge of your box. I did the wrong side. Opposite leg out, hold, and row. So very easy to use an incline if we are not getting onto the floor. So that's our bird dog row, 2 rounds on each side. Exercise 2 for section A is a single arm chest press. We haven't done a chest press for a few weeks now. Have the weight like kind of in your lap or on your leg before you lie back, like this. That's very important for just shoulder and bicep and overall joint and muscle safety. What I mean by that is don't have the weight next to you, then lie down, and then try to do this like awkward, picking up. It can, if depending on the weight you have, it can kind of pull something here. So have it with you on your lap, and then as you lie down, it just kind of falls right into place. That's a little side note on safety there. Elbow is not just perfectly out to the side. That's too much of we don't want a 90-degree angle here. We want a little less. So I'm going to dip my elbow kind of down a little. Now that creates a little less of a 90-degree. And from there, we press up and control it all the way down. There you go. We don't have to worry about switching sides halfway because we're going to do 2 rounds on each side. When you're done, put the weight down like that. That's going to be the safest position of putting the weight down, as opposed to like this, like a release of a bicep curl that can pull, again, muscles, tendons, and ligaments here. Anyone staying off the floor for our routine can do that. Your coach will show you if needed, but can do that on a stability ball or an incline bench, so we can get one of those into the space, easy peasy, no problem at all, so everyone can take part in the single arm chest press. All right, exercise 3, half kneel bicep curl. So we're in our half kneel position, 90 degrees in the front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee. Watch out for this front leg kind of doing this. So we want that 90 degrees. The side with the weight is the kneeling side. So this is my kneeling leg, knee. That's the side you're going to hold the weight with on. And we go into a controlled, steady bicep curl. Do let your arm fully extend at the bottom of the rep. We want to avoid kind of like this. You won't get an injury probably doing that. However, we don't get the full benefits of a repetition because we're not getting the full stretch. So again, we won't switch sides halfway through. We will do 2 rounds each side. And the alternative, if we aren't getting onto the floor, is a seated curl. Okay, and I love these because it's like we think in our heads, oh, we're sitting, so it must make something easier. Make it easier. A lot of things are harder when we sit, and a curl is one of them because we're having to control our core and our posture to not like slouch like this, or for some of us not to tip backwards. So we're having to use this. You will have to sit kind of forward on your box or bench, which I think is just good practice anyway, because that reinforces good posture by sitting forward on whatever you're sitting on. But we need space for this weight to come down. So you do have to kind of sit forward a little bit on the box, but that shouldn't be a problem. So again, we're not going to switch sides halfway through. 2 rounds each side, easy peasy. And that's getting some biceps and some core stability. Final one for the A section, the upper body section. We're going to do a medicine ball slam. So I hope we have enough of the appropriate weights to go around. I know for some of our fuller sessions, there's 12 people and we have to have 3 people at each station, but you can fight over the weights you want. Don't fight. Hopefully there's a weight that'll work for everybody if we're doubling up. Sledgehammer slam. We haven't done these for a while. So if you can picture, I've never actually done it, but I've seen it enough where I know I can picture it. So hopefully you can as well. A sledgehammer, and the way you utilize it is you swing it around, and then whatever you're hitting is in the front of you. And we swing it around and boom. So for our purposes here, we're going to be alternating sides, but keep that big sweeping motion in mind, and that's what we're going to do. So we swing it around, under, over, and slam right in the center. Other side, under, over. So picture a red X on the floor in front of you. That's always where you slam it. So we're not slamming it over here or slamming it over there. Again, around, over, and boom. Okay, I don't need to put that away. That's that one. Okay, so it's shoulders and core, but it's also a lot of cardio, so that'll be a big cardio one for our week. Okay, so now for the lower body portion, you're going to be in your own space, going at your own pace, counting your own reps. So this is a kneeling get up. It's been quite a while. All right, I feel like even going into the future, I could just hear some collective groans in my head when you hear that one. It's a love-hate thing because it's a great exercise, but it is hard. So we start in a tall kneeling position. We bring one leg up. I'm going to bring my left leg up. Okay, remember that, left leg for me here. Standing up, left leg also goes down first. And then I'm going to keep that going with my left side leading the way. Up first, left leg down first, and so on, because we're doing 5 on one side, 5 on the other. So do all 5 with whatever leg you start with, then all 5 with the other side. Now, it is challenging, so you can feel free to use a little boost, and then on the way down, the same thing, kind of a little assistance lowering down. Totally fine. Where we might want to switch to the alternative exercise, which I'll show you in a second, is if you're using assistance, but you almost need too much perhaps, or it's getting poor form. And that might look something like, you have to lean all the way over, maybe even use some of the floor, and then like we're doing this. That is not serving the function, and it's not really doing it safely. So do your best. It's, again, totally fine to use a little assistance, but we got to take that with a grain of salt. Speaking of the alternative option, that's going to be a step up. No problem for anyone who isn't able to kneel. We are going to step up, step down, same thing. Keep that leading leg going for 5 reps. I'm leading up left, leading left down, left up, left down, because it flows really well then. You don't have to do any like switching legs in the middle of the reps. So 5 one side, 5 the other, whether you're doing the get ups or the step ups. All right, the next one's going to be a doozy because it's physically challenging because there's some lunges and some squats involved, but it's kind of a mental thing too because there's a little coordination involved. Let me show you what we're going to do. It's a reverse lunge to a squat combo. So we're going to do 10 total, 5 each side, but the lunge plus the squat is like 1 rep. Okay, it's probably best if I just show you. So I'll do it first to show you, then I'll kind of go through some tips. Reverse lunge, back, come up into a squat. That was 1 rep. I'm going to switch now to my other leg. Left leg back, lunge, squat. That was 2. Switching back to this leg. Lunge, squat. That's 3. See how I meant like the lunge plus the squat is considered 1 rep? So you'll alternate sides on those lunges for a total of 10, 5 each side. But you're kind of doing 20 things because you're doing 10 lunges and 10 squats. So I figured 5 each side was enough. So that's where I said that's kind of a mental part of that one as well, keeping coordinated and organized. So let's review our lunges really quick. Reverse lunges. You can do this near a wall if you would like a little balance assistance, no problem, because lunges are a lot of balance. Now, because they're a lot of balance, what can tend to happen is watch my foot that's stepping back. It can kind of want to do this and turn out to the side. What that's doing is widening our base of balance. Whereas when you're like this with your foot forward on your tippy toes the way it should be, that's really going to be a lot more balance, right? So our body's like, hey, I can help you with that. And it can turn that foot out. But that's just really bad for knee and then hip, like integrity. You even feel it. If you step back like this and do a lunge, that does not feel great on the knee at all. That's horrible. So we really want to step back onto the toes, and then you're able to just bend that knee straight down. So yes, that is a lot of balance. Feel free to use something for a little assistance there. When you step the foot in, naturally, we typically want to step our feet together. But for this particular sequence, we actually want to step into a wider stance so we are ready for our squat. So I'm going to do my lunge, then I'm going to consciously kind of bring my foot hip width apart so I'm right set up for my squat. Same thing, other side. And I'm not going to do this. I'm going to land my foot here so I'm ready for my squat. So another thing to kind of keep in mind. So that one is a little tricksy. We do have 8 minutes of all this, so the second round and third rounds might get better and better. But it's a great combo of some lunges and some squats. All right, the final one, third one for the lower body portion of the routine is a hip thrust. So I think we've all done these because we've had them recently in the group here, but bend your knees, feet are flat on the floor. So with this, we're not using toes just to push, and we're not just using heels. So I want you to really focus on pushing all 4 corners of each foot into the floor. And we do our hip bridge. Try to get a little, even a hyper extension. See how I'm almost going past like flush? This would be kind of flush and neutral. I'm going to go boop and go a little bit higher to get that final squeeze in my glutes and down. So this is for 15 reps, but they do go relatively quick. So 15 should be doable. Really squeeze those butt cheeks together at the top of the rep. That you know, as silly as that sounds, that is how you get that extra contraction in your glutes. So squeeze your butt. Anyone not getting onto the floor, I'm going to leave it up to every individual if they'd rather have an alternative of a sumo squat or a Romanian deadlift. They both have a posterior focus, like hamstrings and glutes, which is what we want to, get if we're doing an alternative for the hip thrust. So sumo squat, wide legs, because again, that has a high focus in your hamstrings, or 2 weights or a kettlebell into our Romanian deadlifts. But the reason I'm going to let that be up to you is because I want it to be the one that you feel like you're targeting your butt and your hamstrings the most. For some of us, the deadlifts are just so tricky. We maybe don't do them properly enough to feel the right spot. So if that's the case for you, you're still maybe perfecting your deadlifts. Maybe you can use this as an opportunity to work on them, or you can do the sumo instead and really focus on the glute and hamstring. So I'm going to leave that up to you. A couple alternatives to pick from if needed, but that is the final leg exercise. All right, we're back to a team builder this week. It's going to be kind of fun. What did I call it? Plank jack surprise, I think I called it, because we're going to be doing plank jacks, but kind of in a popcorny type fashion. So you can spread out. A circle might be fun because it's more cohesive, but it doesn't really matter. We're going to be in a plank. Your coach is going to call out the numbers in increasing order. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I'm going to call out 1. And your job is to do 1 plank jack and then wait until you hear the next cue. They'll call out 2, and you're going to do 2 of them. So let me quick show you so we know what these are. So you're in a standard plank. Make sure our butts aren't up too far because that's not good plank form. Unfortunately, we can't really do this with a knee version, which is normally a totally fine alternative for a plank. But in this case, since we're doing the jack, it doesn't really work. So we can use an incline if needed, but I'll get there in a second. So you're in a plank. Your coach is going to call out 1. We do 1 of these and hold it and wait. They might wait 2 seconds. They might wait 20 seconds. I don't know. But then you'll hear them call out 2, 1, 2. Okay? You can forego the jumps if needed and change it to a toe tap. Totally fine. So for 1, it'll look like this. 1, 1, because you have to get it on both sides. When they call out 2, it'll be 1, 1, 2, 2. So totally fine to go to plank jacks, but like I said, you can't really do a side tap or jump with the knee version. So we will switch to an incline plank. Absolutely fine for anyone who needs an alternative. And again, in the incline, you can jump like I did or tap. So you can do either of the 2 options on the incline. Whew, all right, that'll be fun. I don't think we've done that one before. And I'm going to leave it up to your coach if they want to go for a time limit or maybe until last person standing, planking. We'll see how they want to design it, but that's what the exercise is going to be. All right, everybody. So that's it for week 31. Hope you enjoy the upper lower kind of splits. See you back next time.